Hello again. So I want to talk about the case of Nolan Wells. And today is the 22nd of August 2026, and the time now is 10:02 at night. And I really feel sorry, extremely sorry for his mother and father, because this is not something that should be done. Um it really shows how much these people are in agreement with murder, how they raise their children to be murderers because they so corrupt. And that's what these Ku Klux Klan and hate groups, they raise their children to be murderers. And they don't even care about how much is eating them away. So one of them boys, he looked like he's turned into a skeleton. But I think about how they watches us and how they watching people. They're not just watching us, they're watching everybody. You know, they'll tell a lie just to get you out there. And once they get you out there, they just watches and watches and watches, just keep watching you. And so they have these, the time I could say it, aircraft that's up in the sky, beaming down on everybody. They're beaming up here in the top of our heads. And so there's nowhere on this earth that they can't find out what happened to Nolan. Just the fact that they're watching everything that we do. And I'm quite sure they do have cameras that should have been able to see what was going on out there on the island from those $1 million homes. And for somebody to have a $1 million home, they should have some expensive cameras on those homes. But anyway, I do believe that they know exactly what happened to Nolan, and they trying to cover it up, and they don't even care about the fact that this young man was killed, and they may not meant to have done it. Some kind of way they got into an argument or some type of fight, but from what they saying, that there's more than it was a few people. They double teamed him. So evidently somebody either hit him in his head or he tripped. But the way they trying to cover it up, somebody actually killed him. And I don't think they should be holding anything in Mississippi, because Mississippi, those people in Mississippi, they being corrupt all this time. I have always been corrupt. Alabama, Louisiana, places like that. These people, those are demons. Those demons are still there, and it's in the people, and they just full of hate. And so they some kind of way that they, and I don't even trust Benjamin Crump. I really don't trust him. I don't even trust nobody that's around her. I don't Reverend, whatever that little man name is, Reverend, um I don't trust Benjamin Crump. I don't trust Al Sharpton. I don't trust him either. And she needs somebody that's really there, because Benjamin Crump is a bully. Boulets are not for black people. Boulets are there to make sure that the N word don't get out of control. He not really trying to help her. I don't think so, because you should be able to pull he know that they things up there in that sky that's beaming down here. Everything that you can do it. Sue the mama, the judge, sue the sheriff, sue everybody. They want to sue y'all, you sue them. And they should have did that first. You should have sued them for kidnapping his neck. What the heck you got his neck for? Sue for everything. And I think she needed somebody else other than Benjamin Crump. They always call it on Benjamin Crump, but I called on him too, but he wouldn't even help me. They told me that they couldn't help me. And for one thing, I didn't have no money. Number two, a black boy killed my son, but white lawmakers was covering it up. The police actually planted a gun and said that my son didn't have no gun. And the girl that was standing there talking with my son said he didn't have a gun. And they locked her up to keep her from talking. 7 whole months they locked that girl up. And that's why I have no faith in the law. None. Because I see all the corruption that they do hiding behind the badge and the uniform. And you see how they just beat black people up. I mean, they just handling women, black women, like like a man. And I know I have been attacked, not physically, but with the technology. I'm standing there talking, but I'm feeling something hitting my body. That they was hitting me. So I know that they're part of this gang stalking. 100%. I was eating some chicken. That piece there was kind of hard. I got it from Walmart. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on here. It's just on my mind what these people are going through. Trying to get help and may never get it. Because these people are so corrupt. And then this man said he offered to have some dogs go on, this kind of sniff stuff out, to go on the boats to sniff out blood. And Benjamin Crump wasn't in agreement with it. I'd have been in agreement if you can let the dog go on there and sniff out. Yes, you can let him go on there. I just don't trust Benjamin Crump. I don't see that he's really doing nothing. But we need justice for Nolan Wells, being loud. So when my son got killed, I contacted NAACP, Reverend, whatever that man named, Reverend Shelton. I called him in New York. And a woman answered, and she told me to contact the people that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Which he won't no help either. He did come down, he won't no help. And the Black Caucus, I talked to a man from the Black Caucus and another man. And they were talking about, because they know the boy that shot my son, his brother is the one that started the fight, because it didn't have nothing to do with my son, nothing at all. It had something to do with my son's first cousin. And when my son's first cousin went to the police and he rolled the car window up and locked the door, he saw my son and ran over to my son, was telling my son, because my son was walking with his daughter. She was 2 years old at the time. And then the boy ran up and hit my son and asked him what the F you gonna do about it. And they said my son had my granddaughter to some girl, and they said he whooped they behind real good. He beat them real good, cause my son could fight. His daddy could too, and both of them did. Cause somebody that can beat your tail, they ain't gonna fight for. They gonna use a gun on you. And then had the nerve to brag about how he got away with first-degree murder. He got away because he got to stand before God. That's one thing he gonna have to do is stand before God. But what kind of upset me, it didn't upset me at first, but the more I thought about it, it did upset me that the first cousin who fighted was didn't go to the police and tell what happened. He didn't try to help my son at all. Didn't try to do nothing. And it was him that was fighting, not my son. About his wife. My son was single. He didn't have no wife. He got killed because of his first cousin wife. Didn't even have nothing to do with the fight at all. They put him in the fight. And the boy that hit my son, he got taken out by a spider. A little spider bit him and killed him. And all the boys that was involved in that night is dead. Except for the one that shot my son. So the one that shot my son, he gonna have to answer a great deal. Because my son had a calling on his life. And I do believe he would have answered it. Because he had been started telling people how he wanted to get in the church and get sick. I saw open vision. I was watching TV. And I just went into a whole open vision like I was at church. And my son was the pastor. And he was telling the congregation about the things he used to do. And how he was, disobedient and stuff. And he asked for forgiveness. And I was sitting on the front pew, smiling. He was dressed in white too. But these people think they can get away with killing people. Ain't no way. You got to answer for the life that you took. Even if you an old man, by 80 years old, you still gonna go to jail. Cause so many people get away with killing people, and they be old people living a whole nother life before they catch up with them. But they go to jail. That shame. And if you done got murdered, the woman don't know that he's a murderer. I need to go to the eye doctor, but I done lost so much trust in doctors. Cause this eye right here, it's really getting where I can't hardly see out of it. It feel like it's something that's covering it. I don't know if it's infection or what. But I do know while I'm asleep, they be doing stuff to my face and to my eyes and stuff. So, I reckon I'm gonna hang up. Sometimes I have a whole lot to say, and sometimes I don't. And this happened to be one of them. I don't have a whole lot to say, but that Nolan Wells is on my mind. And the boat that they had compartments down under where they had like a door and you could put stuff down in there. They could have put his body down there. And then I seen a boat with had those life jackets. And so it's very possible that's what they did. Put him down in one of those compartments and put those life jackets over him. Because he was on that boat. They could say what they want to it out, and they keep talking about the phone. You don't need a phone when you got the phone call. The phone call is showing here. You can hear them talking, calling Nolan. Wake up, Nolan. Is he dead? Can you cover it up? They didn't even say cover him up, cover it up. I said, why they call him a it? And they called his name a few times. So he was with them. And that's all a lie. And they keep just repeating the lies that they telling. And it really pissing me off that you keep repeating the lies that they telling. And you ought to know this, that they telling lies. You can hear them calling his name. And because the black girl, she cleaned it up where you can understand what they saying, they trying to act like she did something else. You know what she didn't. The only thing she did was clean it up where you can understand what they were saying. I got to find me something for my eyes. See, when I close this eye here, I can see, but it's blurry. Now this eye here, I can see. But this is the eye. Excuse me. This is the eye that I was seeing the little camera in. It was a little tiny ball on a real thin piece of wire hanging down in this eye. But I think it's in this eye here too. Cause I had a thing that when you put it up on something and it go all the way to the right, it's showing that there's something there. And it on both of my ears, I mean my eyes, up here, up around my temple, back here, somewhere on my arms, down here where I got a cut across my stomach. I put it down there. It will go off. In the lower part of my back, it will go off. Around my heart, it will go off. But anyway, I'm gonna close out and y'all have a good night. Be blessed in the Lord.